Wow, thank you, Alex.
I forgot I turned off my audio interface earlier. Thank you everyone for being here. Jishi, thank you so much for the tier 1. Kids, thank you so much for the 7 stream streak. Audio confirmed. Yeah, we got it now. We got it. Also, my hair is a disaster today, but we're gonna pretend it doesn't exist. How's everyone doing? What's the config of your sonnet? Oh shit. Wait, Nev, was it actually supposed to come with stabs? Do I see stabs anywhere? Hey, you know what, man? I got you, though. We have lots of stabs here. It's okay. Supposed to, but if not, it's not the end of the world. Hey, Nev. You know what? Because I was 3 days late with your thing, as an apology, I got you with the stabs, all right? That's my thing to you. What's up, Death Ray? How you doing? What's up, though? What's up, though? Nice. How you guys all doing? Ren, Gray, Enlarged Dingus, Praz. How you doing? Nev, how are you doing? Mekbo, Renma, Nixie, Dane, Lane, Sasori. How you doing? Oh, baby, I'm all caught up with. No spoilers, please. I'm all caught up with Shogun. Fucking sick so far, dude. You can get 10% off if you use Nixie's. Hey, that hasn't started yet. What'd you guys do for lunch, by the way? I ran errands all morning and I lubed switches for another build. And okay, I went down a weird rabbit hole, by the way. I gotta tell you, it's so weird and it's so niche. I went down a polarizing filter rabbit hole for my cameras, and I was going through, I have a big box of old camera parts, and I found an old filter that fits a lens that I adapted to this. So this lens might be a little different today. There might be more depth of field, or shallower depth of field rather. And it was so cool to see the difference with a polarizing filter for my setup. Do you guys want to see? It's so interesting. I'm not sure if you guys are interested at all. I only have this one filter. I might buy one for my other camera. They're not that expensive. I think the one that I normally pick up is like $30, but I might pick up another one. Okay, so check the way the light hits the keycaps. What polarizing filters do is it cuts down on reflection, okay? It might shake, okay? But take a look at the keycaps as I twist this. So this is how it would normally look if I didn't have a filter. This is how you guys would normally see it, with all the light being reflected off the keycap, and that's how I actually physically see it when I look at it. But then when I twist this to turn the filter basically on, it cuts down in all the reflections, which is how I would view the keycap set from an angle where there's no reflections. I know this is probably old news for like 90% of people who probably have polarizing filters in here and like big into photography and stuff, but this is new to me because basically, I don't know, like I'm not really into this side of things, so anyways, that's pretty much it. I think this looks really cool with the filter on. Like, it definitely looks a lot nicer to look at. So I think I'm just going to keep this lens on here. Although it's a manual focus lens, so it's a little awkward. But look at that. Look how nice that looks. Damn. I'm learning. I don't really deal with filters too often, so I just kind of go outside and take pictures. Do you still do your stabs the way you did in 2022? I do. Any video I have that I have not updated, I still do the exact same thing. I think it would look better with the event horizon. You know, I still need to figure out keycaps for that. Thank you guys for all the kind words. Also, thank you for the follows. Way too lucky. Thank you for the stream streak. Thank you guys. Do you have a green sonnet? I do. I have a green and a silver. Those are the only two sonnets I have. Well, I have a blue sonnet as well, but it's just the top frame. I just got a top frame for that. Keebsaw. Say my name? Hi, Keebsaw. Lane, what's your configuration of mine? Oh, sorry, I totally didn't get to that. Gateron inks, polycarbonate plate, polycarbonate bottom, top frame is silver, and then I think I have the copper or brass badge, or sorry, weight, and then the multicolored titanium one at the top. So it is currently in top config for this. ISO top. Oh wait, no, not ISO top. This is the stack one, and the green one that I have is the top one. This is stack, sorry. But this is stack with the pour-on foam, so it's not quite the way that you would get it with the silicone. I don't really like the silicone from Mode at all. I love Mode. I think they do a great job, but I think the silicone stack mount for me, personally, was a miss on like every single run they've done so far. So today, let me move some stuff out of the way. I was playing around with all my camera stuff. Today, we're doing a Ciel65, which I was so confused when I got this package because it plastered all over the package was considered GMK Cluck. And I was like, what the fuck is this? And it says it like on every which way corner of this box, considered GMK Cluck. And I was like, okay.
These streams soothe my
Zuzu,
anxiety
thank you,
enough
dude.
I can sleep.
Oh,
Your
thank you so
keyboard,
much.
Bob Ross.
Hey, that's a big compliment. I appreciate that. Thank you so much for the tier 1 for 2 months. Bro, help me decide. Do I do a chicken tikka masala for dinner tonight? Or do I do a creamy garlic king prawn pasta? Okay, first of all, creamy garlic king prawn pasta sounds delish. I'm going to go with the pasta. But I'm also a little biased because I had something similar to the tikka masala recently, so I'm gonna go with the prawn. All right. All right, we got everything else here. Little PCB plates. And also, Nev, are we using the solderable PCB? I assume. You might have to refresh me because it's been a little while since I've looked at your build sheet. Oh, this is cute. Bruh. What is this weight? Also, why is it like vacuum sealed? What is this weight, dude? Oh my god, dude. It's the Cluckster. Is this keyboard by the same people who made GMK Cluck? Bro, I don't even know how to take this apart. I've never received a vacuum sealed keyboard before. Shit. Bite it? Oh, there's like a little tear thing right over here. Dude, I like this. I like this. You know why I like this? On top of vacuum sealing it, they put it in another plastic case, just in case. It's been double plasticed. It's polycarbonate. That's actually, I've never built this Ciel. It's actually kind of nice. It's really good quality polycarbonate. Holy shit. How much was this, Nev? Wow, I'm actually really impressed by the quality of this polycarbonate. Sometimes though, hear me out. Sometimes you get shit tier polycarbonate. Something to look out for with the PCCL, the JST port on the PCB doesn't line up with the cutout on the case. Really? All right, well, be careful. Like, I can see machine marks on the inside just ever. I don't know if this will be able to show up on camera ever so slightly, but this is under a big light. This is really good quality polycarbonate. There's a little, I don't know, again, if you can see it. There's like a little imperfection here on the side. But again, if you're not looking at this with like picture perfect light, this is actually really good quality. I'm impressed. Loving the PC boards on stream this week. What's up, Chudo? How you doing? Yeah, actually, it's been a lot of cool boards we've been doing. All right, I'm gonna first and foremost, we're gonna get the feet on this bad boy because that's important, and we want the feet on this bad boy immediately. He just noticed the weight. Oh, I already noticed the weight. I noticed the weight the moment you guys said, can't wait till he sees the weight. Someone spoiled it in here. Yeah, weird mistake, but it was something I noticed when I tried to make my friend CL feel better. Sad to say there was not much I could do about that one. I hope this is not riddled with that issue. Interesting. Nev, do you mind if I kind of... 190 without extras? That's not bad. Do you mind if I kind of critique the board a little bit? I know it's a personal board, so if you don't want me to do that, 110%. I'm just kind of curious, because you can still buy these, right? I have a moon tower anyways? Okay. Critique the shit out of it. Okay, one little thing I'm going to note right now. The area for the feet is too big. Like, the cutout is too big for the included adhesives. Look, I don't know, again, I don't know if you guys can notice. The area is too big. But the quality of the polycarb quality is very nice. So I'm gonna give them a plus there. Actually, you can kind of see what I was talking about now if I use the black backdrop here. Do you see the machine marks on the inside? It's not something you'd probably notice. Obviously, if you take this off, you can't really notice it. But it's there. But other than that, sometimes really poopy polycarbonate is really noticeable. Like, it looks dusty everywhere. And this, with the exception, actually kind of like right over here. See right over here how it's like scratchy looking? It's only in this one area. Right underneath this standoff here. That's how this usually looks everywhere. It's a chicken. You guys sent me a chicken weight. But yeah, interesting. Actually, let's see the daughter board. Alex, what's up, Way Too Lucky? I kind of like the machine marks, I won't lie. Shows how good the machining process to see a board in good condition. I don't mind the machine marks in some boards. If they're all uniform, like this is uniform, it actually doesn't look that bad. But obviously if it's, you know, supposed to be all flush and flat, then I get it. Okay, I'm curious to see if this lines up okay. Oh, I can already see a bit of an issue. Okay, we're gonna need to chip away at some of the mouse bites on the side of the daughter board, which I hate doing. I'm gonna use my extractor here just so I don't die from this. I'm waiting more for Chicken Man's next board. What's Chicken Man's next board? I wonder if it's the same issue with the Alu CL, since there's an Alu version of this as well. It's basically the Bakeneko designed with a weight. All right, well, that is now good. So far, it doesn't look bad.
Just want to say I appreciate these streams, Alexotos.
Oh, Spork, I try my best, man. To open up a little bit, basically, my goal with this, and it's going to be for as long as I possibly can. I was thinking about this last night. Howie, thank you so much for the tier 1. What's poppin', handsome man?
What's poppin', handsome man?
Hopefully this stream, but not too much for me. I had errands to run this morning. But I was thinking about this morning a little bit. The topic came up, which was, what am I going to be doing for the next 3 or 4 years? And I hate thinking about, I don't know about you guys, hate thinking about the future. I hate it. It gives me just like, it makes my skin crawl having to think past the month. And I think that's even a lot for me. Just because I don't know what's going to be in the future. I have no idea. I can tell you and sit here and tell you a million good things about the next 3-4 years of my life. But ultimately, I don't know. And I think the only goal I have, and the only thing I want to be doing right now, is just continuing doing this. Like, that's it. I just want to stream. I just want to do the keyboard stuff. I want to keep going with it. I want to make the content better. I'm starting to do all those weekly written reviews like I promised you guys. I have the next one coming out Thursday. That's all I can do. I have some other goals that I might do. Like, I want to start some clothing stuff just because I like, graphic tees and stuff like that. But that's really it. I want to continue photography. The only thing is, I just hope. I hope and I wish that this continues for a long time. I hope that there's value to be had in the content here. I do want to design my own board one day, not right now though. I think that's a very far off thing still. And ultimately, my main thing is I just want everyone to enjoy the streams. I want everyone to have fun. That's it. That is the only goal I could possibly have with something like this. Thankfully, the daughter board looks good, by the way, Nev. It is perfectly aligned. Show us the hoodie? Oh, we want to see the hoodie? I got this from Dark Sport or something like that. It's a Wolverine hoodie. I think it looks sick. I like these type of hoodies. And then you got some cool, like, well, not on this sleeve, but on this sleeve here. I'm wearing the orange shorts. I got it, dude. Dark Sport, yeah. I think that was the brand. Yeah, and on the back, I think it has something too. I can't really remember if it does or not. Give me a spin. Does it have something on the back? I can't remember if it does or not. I don't think it does. I don't think it does. Or it might be on the lower back. I don't know. I have a hoodie kind of like this that has something on the back too, so. Can we get a shorts check? Okay, here's one little short check. Right there. Bam. Orange shorts again, baby. Let's go. There was some text on the back that said cutest man alive. That's not orange. All right, guys. Are we going to start this again? It's been how long since I've worn these shorts? Okay, hold on. Let me get up for a second. Guys, I can't really do it. Is this orange? Here, we're kind of bring the cloth up. Is this orange? Sorry, that was probably really loud. Bro, this piece of hair. I'm pretty positive this is orange, man. Here. Orange, no? I don't know, man. Reddish orange. It is definitely, like, I would agree with funny. More blood orange than anything. It's not red, though. I have red shorts as well. Dude, this is pools and hot tubs level content. No, this is a forever debate with these fucking orange shorts. Actually, how does the board look from here? Does it look good? Do we like this? I think the board looks pretty sick. Thigh slap rewards, please. It's a once in a blue moon thing. Once in a blue moon. All right, let's get some stabs prepped. I think we need to use... Alex, am I still mewing? Guys, I've never started. My jawline isn't really that it. Nev, we're doing the standard layout. Full backspace, split right, enter space, left shift. Is that a big bag of cherry clip-ins? You betcha. It was cheaper for me to buy them in bulk because I actually use them a lot for client builds. So it was just cheaper for me to do this. And then I also got, so these are from Poverty Keys, and I think these are updated wires or nicer wires. And I have to admit, the wires are nice. So, man took the entire stock from Poverty Keys. Do they not have any more anymore? Dude, I think everyone else bought them. No, because they were still available when I bought them. I think everyone else just went and purchased them too. Pretty positive, dude. My good sir, are Owl Labs Stabies worth or TX AB/Durux will do? Getting close. I don't think they're worth it. I think if you already can purchase stabs for $10, get the ones for $10. IMO, don't spend 30 on those ones there. Is it possible to mil-max a desoldered board, or is that dependent on how well the desolder was done? Yeah, very much dependent on how well the desoldering was done. It is possible, but let me tell you, Boomer, it is a big pain in the ass. Even really well desoldered ones probably have a very tight tolerance. Gonna be a bit of a pain in the butt. But if you have, this sounds dangerous, but I promise it isn't. If you have a precision drill bit, I know it sounds ridiculous, but just let me finish. You can actually, if it's a hand one, not an electronic one, you can actually go in to every single spot and every single socket and just slowly turn it to kind of scrape some of the, again, it sounds dangerous. I don't think it really is, to be honest. You can kind of remove some of that excess solder and then you can put it in. But that's it. Alex, is a screw loose today? Am I? I heard the roses got deflowered. I mean, dethroned. Huh? The new Jammy Jam? The new top is Nixie's. But I still think HMX has basically replaced KTT for me right now. Was ever sane to begin with? Okay. God, these things are just flying all over the place today. How many cameras do I have? One, and then two, and then three. So 3 for the stream. I was toying, I think everyone wanted like a macro cam at one point, but do I really need a whole other camera for that? If we need something closer, I'll just zoom in. I don't personally think I need it. Oh, in total, I have the Leica, which is sitting over here, and then I have a broken XS10, which I still need to figure out if I even want to spend the money to fix. Probably not, because it was way too much. And then I have the X100 from Fuji. So that's what I have. Oh, Dane, are you going to go the route of just buying an adapter? Because, Dane, what you're seeing on stream right now is just a Voigtlander M, like M glass with a Fuji adapter. So this scene right here, Dane, is literally what I was recommending you do. It's so much cheaper than buying a whole new camera system. Here, I'm actually gonna copy paste this, Nev, into our chat. For you shooting, what lens are you using? Keyboard photos? So, actually, here, you know what? I like talking about this stuff. Sorry, I know there's a keyboard build happening, but I like talking about this. This is fun to me. So, here's what, again, this is not a functioning camera. It's just, I keep the lens on it. This is it here, yeah. This is what I used to use. This is an 80mm macro lens. So this is what I used to use. It's perfectly fine. Like, I need to sell this actually, but this is great. This is what I'd recommend to anyone who's getting into Fuji. 80mm macro. This is probably the most expensive part of a setup because I think this is about $900. But this is the best lens you can get for this system. And then the equivalent of that I use now in the full or the medium format is this guy. So this is a 120mm, but it basically looks the same thing as the 80. So you can see it kind of dwarfs this camera system. That's what I use for these kind of shots that I do for products. They're both macros. They're not at all anything too crazy. They're both macros, and I got them both on sale. Well, I got one on sale, one used. So it's just macro lenses, really. Macro lenses, IMO, very nice lenses. Very, very, very nice. It's the ability to focus at a close distance. Any recs on a CCD camera sensor? I think there's a Canon one that everyone's kind of simping over right now, Scotter. I have no idea though, the model numbers. But bro, I've also been looking into just picking up a dinky little point and shoot from the like early 2000s. So if I end up picking one up, Scotter, I'll DM you. Just got a bunch of new switches in mainly HMX. Can't wait to test them. Bannock, you're gonna love them, dude. Perfect. Very good. Let's start lubing it up. Oh, brush is over here. Keep putting my brush here now. Alex, get an XE1. They're like $300. Is that a Canon model? Dude, there's so many fun old CCD sensors that I've been considering picking up, bro. It's a hobby within the hobby. Obviously, I don't think I'm going to pick it up right this instant because I'm trying to save up for other stuff right now. I have to be very cautious with my spending at the moment. Old Olympus film point and shoot, absolutely fell in love. The camera comes with me everywhere. I was reading about why the craze for the old cameras is happening again. It's so interesting, people's thoughts, and just like how it brings people back to a different time almost. And it's true, you really do get a different feel out of some of those older cameras than you do the... Like, okay, not to knock anyone who's into Sony. Sony's photos are so clinical that when you look at some of the old stuff and everything's so full of character, not quite in focus, it just feels better. Like, it feels real. And then you get like a shot out of a new camera. I mean, hell, even I can take a shot like with one of my nice cameras and be like, oh, this is kind of boring. Like, there's nothing, like, it's too high definition. It's weird to say that. But yeah, Sentient, thank you so much for the Prime. I appreciate that. Thank you, thank you. What do you guys do that brings you back to a nostalgic time in your life? Do you guys go out of your way to feel some nostalgia? I've been low-key kind of doing that, so... Bradlow, thank you so much for using your Prime here. I really appreciate that. Thank you, thank you. I play MapleStory. Dude, speaking of MapleStory, I went to go look at it after we spoke about it the other day. Why does it have overwhelmingly negative reviews? Did they have like a really bad update and then everyone just said, fuck this game? I saw how many bad reviews that thing had and I was like, wow. I collect toys. I love that. That makes me happy hearing about that. Open up a drawer full of old handheld consoles. Funny story. My girlfriend has her old Nintendo 64 still. We decided that maybe we're gonna go play it. But stupid me forgot that it takes totally different cables, so we didn't do anything like that. They were rigging the rates for MapleStory? I mean, it's Nexon. I kind of don't expect anything more from them, as sad as that is. I really don't. I really, really don't. Arcane Daily suck. I'm liberated. Just about to say, Alex, my partner and I are trying to find a CRTV for the N64 we have. There's converters and stuff you can get, but playing video games and listening to music, that's that I was into during those easy times of my life. Okay, I'm gonna get a little sentimental / really open up here. So last night I was sitting in bed and I saw a TikTok. I went to bed early. I went to bed at like 10 o'clock and I was like, I'm gonna watch some TikToks for half an hour. I'm probably gonna fall asleep around 11, so I'll give myself half an hour of just like watch time, and then I'm just gonna like fuck off and go to bed. I watched a TikTok about basically someone remembering. It was like a scene from a TV show. I don't remember what TV show it was. And it was someone remembering what their mom did for them a long time ago. And it was just like, you can tell, an innocent, more easier time in an adult's life. Like them having to work every single day now, and then they have this like moment of clarity looking back to what their mom did for them or their parents did for them when they were a kid. And bro, I got kind of, not even low key, I got pretty high key emotional over it, bro. And I was just like, I miss being a kid, man. Like, I've been so stressed over adult stuff. Because even right now, like, we're going through this whole process of just trying to find somewhere new to live. And that has been a complete struggle. Everything's very expensive, and it feels bad. And it's just hard to get ahead. And then you get hit with that, and it's like, man, there was a point in time where I could think about nothing. So, after I lost my mom in 2021, any stuff like this hits me right in the feels. I get you, Nev. Honestly, love you, dude. I get you there. Like, my mom's still here, but just even that thought makes me really sad. You know? It's a terrible thing to go through. Just the other night, my mom and I got into a heated exchange. Just to remind you guys, with both of your parents, I don't know your situations, obviously. But if it's over nothing, if it's over something silly, I'm going to remind you guys, because this is part of also why I felt bad yesterday. When I was younger, even probably while I was a little bit older too, still living with my parents, you argue with them. And even thinking last night, like I was so in an emotional state last night that I didn't even want to talk to my partner about it. Cause like, I just didn't know what to say, man. Like, other than I feel bad. Even now, I kind of feel like a little bit, but like, dude, you only get one mom and dad. And if this goes with anybody, not even just your parents, but like, if it's a dumb argument, I think last night was like a big wake up call for me. Just don't argue. It's not worth it, man. It's a waste of time. It's time that you're going to regret in the future. So just take a deep breath and move forward. Greg, you know what though? It's not too late to go back and say sorry. And I know not everyone communicates well with their parents either. Some people do have a tough time getting through to them. You know, some people, but that's why I said everyone's situation is a little different. But this goes with anybody too, because it really made me think last night. It's not worth arguing. It's just not worth getting into exchanges with anyone. Not worth. Obviously, it's something very important. Yes, fight for it. But the small things, really, truly, don't sweat the small stuff. Highly depends on the context. Yes. It depends on the situation, like I said. Depends on situations. But if it's a small thing, like, I don't know, getting home early, or for me, a lot of times it was like, I didn't realize that something that I was doing was bothering someone else, but it was fine in my mind. So 506 CAD after tax. Wait, Nev. Wait, just the thing that you sent me was 506? I feel like that's not right, is it? CAD? Oh, CAD. Now that makes more sense, I guess. I'm assuming that's with tax and stuff too. But yeah, anyways. Was a bit emotional last night. Was feeling a bit nostalgia to simpler times in my life. Wish I could go back, everybody. The only time I ever get frustrated with my parents is when they need computer help. Yeah, I mean, I worked in IT, and helping anybody frustrates me. I am not good at helping people with computer stuff. I'm just not good at it. When I was working at IT at the last job I was at, it was just mainly help desk stuff. Oof. It was not good. Like I think I'm patient with some stuff, but then there's things like that, and I'm just like, man, I cannot do that. Help me, Alex. I lost these pics of Tim's toenails, tech. Oh. Just asking for new ones. Watching my parents use a computer is like borderline a trigger for me. But you know what? They're trying. That's all. I get called to go to my mother-in-law's to fix her TV and soundbar at least once a week. Can I ask a question? Like, what is usually the problem? Being on the service desk and helping people with their computer problems is my favorite ever. Plus, I get to use my keys every day, so that's a major win. You know, Lego, I like the viewpoint you're looking at this from. That's really good. Listening to you as I work at my current IT help desk job, a little tear shedding. What's the worst thing you've ever had happen so far? What's the worst thing? Chicken Man board poggers. That's what our kids are gonna say when we are older. No, I do feel like there are some people who are a little older who have really kept up with, not the times per se, but like they've really kept up with tech. My father is a great example of that. He is very good with computers. Like he's genuinely into them. He builds. He can still, like, if I give him all the parts, he can build it. And he's in his late 60s. Well, I guess he'd be considered late-ish 60s. So he loves it. He's so good at it. And it's not like he does computers by trade, but like it's just something he's interested in. I don't think he really anymore keeps up with like the current parts. I mean, neither do I. It used to be fun, but now everything's too expensive. Even if I hide remotes, they find the wrong ones and mess with settings somehow. Yeah, I can relate to that. We have to print instructions on how to set up a password for a Windows account. I used to have this mindset, which I think is a stupid mindset now that I think of it. That was like, for young people, that if your job requires you to use computers, you should know the basics. Like, that was my mindset, right? Like, it makes sense in theory. And you're like, yeah, you're applying for a job with a computer, you should know how to use one. But then I realized the flaw in my thinking that, yes, while it'd be nice to know how to use a computer, some people aren't applying for jobs because they love computers and know anything about that. They're applying for jobs because they need to make money to eat and provide a roof over their head. So, yeah. Does this support split left shift? It maybe does. Split left? I don't think it does, actually. It does not. Both PCBs have no split left. Sorry about that, Nev. I now, like, next, I see that as I'm a little older now, but when I was much younger, it would frustrate the shit out of me, being like, come on, it's that simple. And it was very ignorant of me, and I've learned a little bit about that, right? Hey, stop tearing down my walls and making me think about to be nice to people. That's the theme of today's stream, I think, is... Well, okay, to be fair, I was very, very into thinking about this last night, so... My whole day today, I'm not even gonna... Even when I was lubing switches today, my whole thought process was just how to be nicer. Like, how do I just go about being nice? I think I'm already okay at it. Obviously, dude, I am, I'm a little bit, bad, I'd say. Because I get frustrated very quickly, and I have very little patience for some stuff. But my thing today was just how do I be better at it, right? So, Thoughtfather, how you doing? Thoughtfather, are you into computers at all? Like, are you into, like, the super techie side of PCs or just keyboards? So I know that me and you discuss stuff, and you're very into audio. Well, I don't know if you're into it as much as maybe your job requires you to be, but... How many switches do you lube in one sitting? Depends. So, if I have, so nice. If I have, what's it called, 110 to do, then I'll do all 110 in one sitting. Also, Violet, thank you so much for the tier 1 for 2 months. I really appreciate that. Thank you, thank you. My parents don't know how to use technology, and it's always nice to teach them something new. Though I can never change my dad's habit of typing with 3 fingers. I have inherited that. Bro, same. Same, though. My dad types, you know, like this, and he types, like, relatively okay. I think sometimes he gets confused where certain things are, but I also type, like... Your talks have made me stop and think when I'm dealing with people at work. Now I try to take a second and see things from their point of view. That's what I'm trying to do and get better at myself too, Slow Corey. I am desperately trying to get better at that. Because there are times where I slip up and I'm like, fuck, I'm being super ignorant, aren't I? Like, why am I not taking a second to be like, all right, like, this person's having a problem with this. Again, situation, context, all that stuff matters, but... Yeah, so for PCB stuff here, we have split backspace we can do, split right, which we can do, but yeah, only full left. Okay. What's up, Scooped? I was about to call you by your old username, Geoff. What is... Do I hear 2 musics? Hold on one sec. Oh, it's just this weird song. I'm feeling cranky, mad, etc. I always check myself first and make sure that I don't let anyone I'm talking to get the brunt of it. I, unfortunately, don't do that, Utoy. I wish I did that. I wish I had the... I wish I had the self-control to do that sometimes, but I think for me, it's a mixture of, like, growing up. It wasn't ever my family, but it was outsiders, basically, like people that would, you know, are not my immediate family, that would really challenge me on everything that I'm thinking. And even if I knew I was right a lot of the times, because I was just a bit more shy growing up and timid, people would just dismiss what I have to say. So I've always felt a little bit unheard growing up. But again, not from family, more so from others. And I think it's really affected my patience with, like, hey, I already know the answer, like, just listen to me. But I'm trying to get better at that. Quick PCB fitment test? What is it? Is there, like, usually a problem with this? Looks okay. Although I won't really be able to tell until I solder in some switches here. Which plate am I going to use? Actually, you know what, Nev? I don't know. Did you message me about it? What plate, Nev? There's the polycarb and the aluminum, I believe. I'm assuming we're going alu. I'm assuming, but I don't know. Look at this very thin piece over here. GMK box opening today. No, because Nev requested we use Greg. So we're using Greg. So finally, do PC and you SPL the right shift? Oh, were we not supposed to do split right shift? Hold on, let me check the thingy here. What I type in? Step caps. Oh, did you want split? Sorry, did you want split right shift? Or no? It actually didn't say there. I just assumed you wanted split. Happy belated. It's Lego's birthday. Well, was Lego's birthday? Happy belated. I experienced an issue with the JST on the PCB. It doesn't line up with the cutout for the case. Was there a cutout for the case for it? Okay, we'll have to check that, I guess, once we've soldered more in. No split? Okay. Let me get one last stab to lubing stuff here. Please, no one redeem that. Pretty please. Those O-rings look like candies? Really? I put function on my right so I don't split. Okay. Totally get that. Where did I put the other bait over here? I hate nerd ropes. Sorry, guys. I'm probably going to make a whole bunch of people angry by saying that, but I just don't also like nerds. So split the shift? Hey, you know what? Easier for me. Nerd clusters are elite. Nerd clusters. Oh, I don't like those either. I don't know. I'm not that into it, though. Any sour tape enjoyers? I love sour candy. Sour candy is so good to me. But obviously there's a limit, but like with how sour I can go with that. Or else I start to feel like it's just too much. All right, so Jesus. Purple potato switches. I've never used these before. I have no idea how these are gonna sound. Wait, why is it so cool reflecting everything? Is that part of the polarizing filter? Interesting. The plate's not actually like that. It's clear. It's just reflecting stuff. I think it's reflecting like lights and stuff. Purple potato switches. These are a tactile switch. They're a little lighter. They sound pretty nice in hand. I saved one or two of them stock just to show you guys. This is stock. I did find with all of these, I had to lube behind the leaf. And then this is one with a little bit of lube. So, stock, one with a little bit of lube. Yeah. I did a lot of experimenting with these, and I was halfway through lubing about like 10 or 15 of them, and then I'm like, dude, I really feel like I have to go behind the leaf. So I cracked open them all again. And I'm like, yeah, these definitely need lubricant behind the leaf as well. I might have to solder in 4 corners here because this is a very loose plate, or I guess a loose PCB. Yeah, maybe we'll do that right now. Let's just get that soldering iron prepped. Cute switches though. I think these are SP, or no, these are Kales. For some reason I thought these were SP stars. Cute switches though, for sure. This is definitely going to be a bit of a deeper sounding board. I was a little concerned that these tactiles were, because when I did the first few Nev, I was like, man, I hope these aren't like super scratchy, because I've never seen, like I've never used Kale. I just never used this style of switch before. And I was like, I don't really know how this is going to sound, but you know what? They ended up turning out pretty good. Solder. Oh, right where I always leave it. Way too lucky. Dude, did you get good sleep last night? Alex, am I a bike person? I would like to be. But as of right now, I am not. I think that is a future me type thing that I want to work on perhaps. But not at the moment. Why did I move this here if I didn't turn this on? God damn. I'm dumb. There's also cocks on the board. Oh, right over there. You mean the chickens? Funny, funny. They're male chickens, yes. What's your 60% rotation right now? My 60% rotation is, I would say primarily, Ori, Moon Tower, and then occasionally my Unicorn. And then Tempo if I'm feeling spicy some days. Oh, by the way, Thockfather, are you still in chat? I don't know. I just remembered something that I wanted to tell you. I am fixing my derivative. It is not something I've been using just because I think I want to change my switch choice for it. Sent you a DM too. Funny that you say that, Thoughtful. I was literally going to say I saw your DM yesterday and was thinking about you today. And I was like, oh, I need to respond to you. But the answer is I'm probably actually not going to end up going to KeyCon. Little insight on that. We're still trying to find a new place to live, basically. And right now, we're in this awkward in-between. So we also have to save money for it all. So I really appreciate the gesture, though. That really means a lot, though, Thoughtfather. I'm going to try to come to Keep Life. That is one that I'm going to try to. And then if there is going to be another Novel Keys meet, I'm definitely going to go to that. But yeah, unfortunately, right now, money's a little tight. I guess let's use the plate for this. But yeah, I wanted to tell you, I just forgot to message you yesterday. I was a bit tired yesterday. I did 2 streams. And then honestly, I was just feeling so drained. I'm going to get you a ticket so you have to come. Goddamn, Howie. Because I traded my retro specialized MTB to GMK9s in WOB and Rumbleworks U80 A with my brother, and I don't know if it's a good deal. Wait, what happened? You traded your retro specialist MTB to GMK9s and WOB? My dream is GMK Boneyard. Who designed... Well, who... I know Novel Keys ran Boneyard, but who designed it? That's another set I'd like a R2 of. Just because I'm greedy and I want one more set. Soran did? Trust? Mr. Boneyard? Tom Berry did? Do you think we can bother him for an R2? Do you think he'd do one? I feel like Boneyard was so slept on. Everyone made fun of it. And then now everyone likes it. Moving sucks, stuck in limbo with future plans, and we'll probably need to double up on at least 1 month of rent and mortgage. Yep, that's basically what we're kind of going through right now. We haven't moved anywhere yet, but the whole process of even trying to find something right now, just like whether it be rent, good luck buying, but anything right now is just causing us some limbo and like plans. We're already getting Dandy R2 this year. Could we really ask for Boneyard too? Here, let me ask Mike. Let me message him right now. Do you have him on? I do not have him on. Okay, I put in the whisper to Mr. Mike. All right, maybe we can get Boneyard someday. Boneyard R2 and the novelties are like heads of skeletons of different war helmets. That would be cool. Well, like I said, I'd actually pick up another set. Boneyard is a very, very awesome set that I had been wanting to put on a few boards. Because I want to start actually putting sets on boards and just leaving them there. So, we'll see, I guess. Also, thank you guys again for the subs. Bradlow, Sentient, Violet, Howie, Spork, thank you guys. Let's do it like this. Right back at you. We're heading. We are over here coming up with solutions for Alex, just acting like we're not here. Wait, what happened? I missed something. Sorry, I was typing to Mike. I want a GMK Copper round 2. For me, I think there's 2 sets on the top of my list. Future Funk and Boneyard. Those are the R2s I want. I desperately want another set of Future Funk too. That would be insane. To keep your Stream Deck from moving. Oh, my Stream Deck? It doesn't move that much. I guess it kind of slowly moves. It gets, you know what it is? It's this anti-slip thing on the bottom does shit. It still moves everywhere. Stream Deck, honestly. You know what I want to do with this? I need to figure out a way to mount this to the bottom of the desk. That would be cool. So I can just click it like over here on the side and get it off my desk too, because it's kind of low-key ugly. Zip ties. Drill it in. Thing is, it would sit because of the angle it's on. Actually, can you flip this? No. It would sit on a weird angle, like it would be pointed down. So it wouldn't really work too well. I need him on for Imperial Redfish. It's a very hard red to match or complement. Yeah, Yeah, what other classic sets would you... Well, not classic. What other sets that have ran that didn't do well would you guys want to see reran? I think Canon Keys should run GMK Voyage again. I think that would do well. Future Funk. I can't pronounce that, unfortunately, Utoy. I always struggle. Burgundy? Future Funk 100%. Yeah, I don't know anyone to 3D print anything, unfortunately. Red Dragon? Which one's Red Dragon? Cafe? No, I can't, Utoy. Did you join Black Nail? Which one's that one there? GMK Spongy Undies? Copper or Mizu? GMK Bread with actual accurate color matching? Goddamn, that's savage. GMK Aether? Maybe I can convince... Maybe that'll be a thing in the future. Led Zepp? Evil Eye? Darling? How would a Darling round 2 look like? I wonder. Would everyone go crazy, or would that just be like a fad of a few people? I don't know how that would look like. I feel like it would do crazy though. Crazy numbers for sure. GMK Lux, really? I think my top list is Boneyard, Future Funk. I mean, it would be cool to see another set or another Darling run, I guess. People get it for resale only for it to sit because the market is saturated. True. We need Cherry to make die sub again. Lux, Greg, or anything yellow themed? Who ran Lux? I don't remember who ran Lux. GMK Hootie? Really? You want another Hootie run? Oblo for EU? Another brother to Gregory? Mizu would be nice. Didn't Mizu have an R2? Or am I going crazy? Mekibo did? I thought Mizu had an R2. Pretty positive. Time for Gregette. Oh my god. So that'll just be Greg's girlfriend or Greg's sister? Perfect. Let's solder these guys in. Would you guys actually... Okay, let's just say if Boneyard 2 was a thing. Okay, let's just say this. Boneyard 2... Okay. Let's just say Boneyard 2 ran, Future Funk, and Darling. And you can only pick one. Which one are you guys picking out of those three? If they reran and you had to buy one. Let's just say you're being forced at gunpoint to buy one of those three sets. Boneyard Easy, Darling, Future Funk, Future Funk, Future Funk, Darling, Future, Darling Easy, FF, Darling, Boneyard, Boneyard, Darling, Future Funk, Future Funk, Future Funk, Poll. I'm reading them. I don't feel like typing right now. Darling for sure. I'm picking Darling. I have 2 sets of PBT Darling. GMK just hits so much harder. It does. It does. Why am I going in here for the solder when it's right here? I already have Boneyard, so I can't vote that, so Future Funk for me. You know I did ask for Future Funk round 2. I got told probably, and I don't think it's going to happen. I did ask, though. I did do that for you guys. I did indeed. I just got GMK Cthulhu, and I'm excited. Ooh. Dandy, please. Dandy is getting an R2. Wow, why is it taking forever to heat up? I have a feeling I'm gonna need to buy a new soldering iron. I have a feeling No, I think the entire iron is getting a little old right now. Getting a little run down. It's been taking forever to heat up. It used to heat up in like a millisecond, so. I love cats. I think a cat is typing. Dandy's my top 3. Tax write-off time. You know, I high-key really want to buy a really, really nice soldering iron. Like a really good station. But I also don't care enough to buy a nice one. But I feel like it would be a good investment. I'm torn. In the future, perhaps, when I have some disposable income. Decided to save money to move, so solder iron needs to be replaced. That's true. It will need to be replaced once I move. If I move. I bought one so I could practice fixing GPUs in addition to working on boards. Oh, how's that been going? How's fixing GPUs been going? So what do you do when you fix a GPU? Oh, did I ever tell you guys about what happened to my other GPU? Well, not my other one, my GPU, the 6900 XT. Did I tell you guys what happened? Okay, so it was overheating like crazy, right? If you guys remember this story? Nothing's happened, by the way. It still hasn't been replaced or anything. I have no idea if it's going to get replaced. However, my brother took a look at it. And I just basically lent him my computer for a while. And, okay, I'll pause soldering to tell you guys this story. I think I might have told you guys already. So, it's an ASRock 6800 XT. He took a look at it, and I need some way to better show you guys. Okay, imagine this is the GPU. And then let's say this is the, actually, let's say the phone is the heatsink, and then the plate is the PCB, okay? Or I guess, yeah, the circuit board. What happened, it was heating up to 99 degrees, and I looked at it and it looked fine. At least to my eyes. I didn't really, it's a chunky GPU. He took it apart and he called me and he's like, dude, I've never seen this happen before. The circuit board was, I can't make it straight, sorry, it's hard to do this. It was straight, it was like flush. The thing on the bottom, the heatsink, sagged off of the circuit board and off of the die of the GPU. And apparently it was creating this tiny little piece of contact with the die, making it shoot up to 99 degrees the moment you turn on the computer. And it was basically throttling itself for like the last 6 months. He's really good at computers. He's like, I've never seen that happen before. You're gonna lick my weight? Oh my god, we'll see about that. He never saw that happen before. And I'm like, damn, that's crazy. So what he had to do was I think what he ended up doing was he clamped it together. I don't know if he used zip ties. He probably did. He had to clamp it back together, and now to use that card, because it'll just sag again, you need to use one of those GPU risers, like the stand things, or mount it vertically. But he's even worried about that. But he did that. He ended up putting it all together, tied it together, and now the card's running fine. It's running no more than 70 degrees Celsius. But, dude, that's crazy how heavy those heat sinks are on those GPUs. It's fucking insane. That's so crazy, man. Anyways, that's what happened if you guys were interested in the aftermath of what happened with the GPU. I thought it was pretty wild. Nev, if you want me to, I'll think about it. Let me think about it as I'm soldering. Wait a minute. Mechanic used an 80-watt solder on my PCB while removing the switches, and he burnt half of the keys. What the? How hot was he soldering? How hot does 80 watts get to? Alex, you missed my sub? Bruno, did I? Oh my god, Bruno. 16 months, holy shit, Alex, I love your stash. Bruno, let me tell you, I love you more. And you know what, Bruno? I should really give you a kiss for every month that you've been subbed. But I'm gonna give you one big smooch right now. I love you, Bruno. Bruno, thank you so much, man. How's your day going, Bruno? Hope you've been having a good one, man. I feel like this week here has been a bit of a struggle for a lot of people. So I hope you're not in that camp, so to speak. My 4090 is a Chungus. The new 50 series can't go larger. It wasn't a free smooch. He did sub. It was just a bonus. It's midnight in China. How's the, I know this is a really small talk question, but I'm genuinely curious. How's the weather been there? I feel like it's warming up everywhere and everyone's been having like such a good time going outside these days. That sag is really unusual. Yeah, my brother was so confused by it too. It's warming up for sure. Yeah, I love the spring temps we've been getting here in Toronto. It's been nice going outside once or twice without like having to put on a heavy jacket. Ask me how's my weather. How's your weather, Utoy? Driving with the windows down. Have you been doing that? Very nice. My PC is stuttering whenever I played games, and the weird thing is I just upgraded it, found out the outdated hard drive was bottlenecking the whole system, removed the SATA, and now it runs super smooth. Yeah, sometimes it's ridiculous issues, huh? It can get silly, some of these issues. I think there's 20 to 30 centimeters of snow still left on the ground. There? Damn. 80 Fahrenheit, 4 a.m. here? What's 80 converted into rest of world temperature? I unfortunately don't go by freedom units. I'm not sure what 80 Fahrenheit quite is. 26, this 27? 27 Celsius? That's not bad, actually. Oh wait, you said it's 4 a.m. in the morning. It's pretty warm for first thing in the morning. That's hot as fuck. Sounds like a pretty comfy day. For 4 a.m. that's hot as fuck? Yeah, for 4 a.m. that's pretty warm. Sorry, this stream was supposed to be on the Sussy Sunday. Now I have pent up energy. I don't even think this Sunday was very sussy. But I thought, okay, to be fair though, Nev, I thought Sundays were not supposed to be sussy. Because it's the Lord's Day, you know? I think you guys dubbed them Sussy Sunday. Especially games that load a shit ton of stuff all the time. Nev, neither am I, but it's my excuse to not have sussy days, okay? That's literally my excuse to just not have it. I'm like, come on, bro. It's the Lord's Day. Freedom units are roughly 2 plus 32. And that's usually pretty close. Does the Lord say spread and multiply? What the fuck? Alright, now we're getting too weird. Too weird on a Wednesday. Too? But you're building a cockboard? Let me be sussy? I mean, I think everyone's already kind of sussy as it is. We just haven't had a sussy segue into anything yet. Chat is getting too Timmy. Did you get Helldivers? No. I think I told you guys the story of what happened with that. I bought it. I played by myself. Realized it wasn't that fun. Oh my god, why is Tim here? That's crazy. Realized that it wasn't that fun by myself. I returned it, and I got Last Epic, and now I'm hooked on Last Epoch. Or I think I said Last Epic. Last Epoch. Tim tried to get me to buy Helldivers yesterday. I think it was yesterday or 2 days ago, and I said, I really, really want to play Last Epoch. That has been my game of choice the last few days. Yeah, I think it'd be more fun with friends, but I didn't really enjoy the solo gameplay of it. Maybe in the future, when I feel more up to playing it, but it wasn't really my cup of tea. I'm sure it would be fun with people in there. I've missed 2 years of streams. Has there been any good D's nuts on Alex? Crummy? It's been so long, how are you? No, they do other sus stuff now. The D's nuts jokes have played out. Unfortunately, it's other sussy shit. What Milmax sockets would you recommend? Planning on doing a small friends and family group buy and I'm adding them to the spacebar? I would 1000% use 3305-1. Viewfinder was a super cool FPS puzzle game. Viewfinder? Why does it sound so familiar? Did wireless stabs ever come out? No, I'm still waiting for them, to be honest. That's an oldie. We bring that up every now and then. Still waiting, though, from the company called DN. In order to convert Celsius to Fahrenheit, you need to multiply 2 and add 30. So 8 Celsius is 2, is 60. Oh, interesting. So it's just a quick little equation. I'm going to try remembering that. So if you were to do it in reverse, it'd be divided by 2 and minus 2? Oh no, sorry, at minus 30, then divided by 2. Okay, sorry. Totally in my head and did that wrong. Cool. So that would mean 90 Fahrenheit. You would minus 30, so that'd be 60. So that would mean it's 30 degrees Celsius. Oh, interesting. Negative 40 Celsius is negative 40 Fahrenheit. Fuck, that's so confusing. Never mind, I don't like this math. I forgot that the negatives are all weird too. But it's nice for normal temperatures. That's not how you convert Celsius to Fahrenheit inverse. It works for normal weather, then add 273 for Kelvin. You know what? How about we don't add anything and I just Google it? How does that sound, everybody? Oh man. Oh man. I can't wait to eat dinner tonight. I had a pretty small lunch. I just had some leftovers. I'm starving. We are actually gonna go grab something. Because we have to go to I guess it's kind of like a mini meeting about some stuff. And we're not going to have time to cook dinner tonight. So we're going to get something takeaway. I think, honestly, I'm probably just going to get some Chinese food. Just something simple yet filling. Didn't Shogun get released yesterday, Lofty? Ah, Gray, why do you bring this up? Every time I give my opinions on Jollibee, 90% of chat hates me. Yes, I've tried Jollibees, and listen, I just didn't like it. I mean, I also don't really care for... To me, it tasted basically the same as KFC chicken, maybe slightly different. And I'm not that into pasta, like just tomato sauce pasta, like spaghetti, whatever. So it doesn't really do anything for me. Listen, please. Guys, it's just my opinion. All right? It's okay. I don't really... These days, the only fried chicken that I like, truly, is just Korean fried chicken. That's it. I don't even... Dude, I used to love going to Popeyes. I hate it now. I don't like it at all. Have you ever heard of a wrong opinion? Oh my God, man. Yeah, maybe that's why I don't really care. It's just really sweet for me. Also, I'm just not really a tomato sauce guy. I don't even like tomatoes. So, Jollibee's is supposed to be really good. I've had it once ever. Just one time. And it was just okay to me. People stop, leave them alone. Every time I say my opinion on Jollibee's, nobody likes me. Still waiting for you to try a Korean fried chicken sandwich. Oh yeah, I still need to go somewhere and get one of those. I don't know where I'd go though. Okay, let's move these to this side. I'm gonna... Nab, did you want me to lube? There's still another 10 switches I didn't lube, but I lubed 80 of them. So do you want me to lube the other 10 as well? Leave the rest? Okay. I did extras just in case, but... They're bringing Tim Hortons to Austin, Texas. Sorry for your luck. Dude, it's so bad, man. Sorry for your luck, dude. Yeah, I don't know why Tim Hortons feels the need to expand their already poopy chain somewhere else. Sis, if you do try it, though, I am genuinely curious to see what you think. Tim Hortons is, so, at least here in Toronto, it's so poo-poo. We went, okay, story time. We went, I used to love Tim Hortons. Love it. It was like my go-to for lunch way back in the day. Then one, I don't know, it was like overnight, man. They sold their coffee, or they bought new coffee or something like that. And I believe McDonald's now sources their old supplier. Their coffee was poo-poo. And I'm like, all right, fine. So I kind of stopped drinking Tim Hortons coffee. And then they started introducing all these new lunch dishes and like potato wedges. And I got excited. I'm like, cool. Like I already sort of like their bagels. Like they're it's good. Then I went, and most of the stuff, all their lunch menu stuff was terrible. The fries are awful. Like there's no crunch, even fresh, like fresh out of the fryer or whatever they use, tastes bad. And I'm like, well, that's unfortunate, and it's kind of expensive. Then, to top it all off, they started making their bagels smaller. And I was just like, well, that really sucks. And I think the only good thing at one point from Tim Hortons was their iced cappuccinos. Their donuts are really small too, and they do not ever taste very good. Then recently, we decided that we were going to go get a coffee from Tim Hortons just to see if it's been different. This is 2 weeks ago. We went, and Tim Hortons has basically rebranded the majority of their Tim Hortons stores into Tim Hortons Cafe. Oh, these look really nice together with the switches, by the way. So it's now Tim Hortons Cafe. And it is the same price as Starbucks now. At least here. Most of the fancy stuff is the same price as Starbucks. Maybe $1 difference. Maybe in some cases. And I ordered I don't even remember what I ordered. Like some sort of nice fancy drink. And it was, even though I got like basically like the standard off the menu, didn't ask for any extra sugars, nothing. It was so sweet. Like it just tasted like sugar. And yes, if you're into that stuff, you'll probably enjoy it. But I'm going to be honest, it wasn't very good. Like I don't think I'd ever go back. Yeah. I don't like Starbucks either. Don't get me wrong. Mochi, 1000%, bro. They have this little mom and pop shop. They sell like Vietnamese sandwiches and Vietnamese iced coffee. And I'd rather go there and spend $3 to get this wonderful lady behind the counter to make me a Vietnamese iced coffee and drink that. And it's nice. It feels better to go to a mom and pop kind of shop too, because they'll talk to you and, you know, it's a little bit more friendly, and I don't know, than to go to Tim Hortons or something. So anyways, that's my experience with it. Okay, the blue one's definitely the softer O-ring. We're gonna do firmer to start. Yeah, mom and pop shops are like, you can go to expensive mom and pop shops, but a lot of the smaller ones here in Toronto, like they're not that expensive. Or they might have like one or two expensive things, but. Time for a fitment check. I'm not gonna lick it. I honestly don't feel like licking it right now. But I will use Greg for you, Nev. I feel weird licking polycarbonate. What if like my lick gets on polycarb? You know what I'm saying? I feel weird doing it to PC. That is my only concern there. Actually, do I need to clean this off a little bit? I do. One moment. Do not eat. That increases the value? No, lick the weight? Lick it? Ah, man. There's no winning. I have to lick it, huh? Let me clean off the board. Let's remove some fingerprints off of it. He paid for the lick? I don't recall. I don't think that was part of the. Give the people what they want. Oh my god, I don't feel like licking the weight. Oh my god. Cornographic, thank you so much for the tier 1, man. Appreciate you. Yeah, this chicken is very cute. Consider GMK, what is it called? Cluck? So is that by the same guy who did this then? It's not that I'm uncomfortable, I just don't want to lick the polycarbonate. Because you know what? I feel like I'm accidentally going to lick this, and then I'm never going to get that little stain out, and you're going to hate me for it, Nev. That's what I truly worry. I've licked plenty of keyboards, but never polycarbonate. But I know if you have oily fingers, lick all of it then. Oh my god. Yeah, I just don't want to risk it. Nev, it'll show, trust me. It'll be a discoloration on the inside and you'll be able to see it from the outside. It will show though, trust. He'll resell it. I don't think it's going to be worth anything extra. It might be worth less. All right, let's see if we can get this to fit in nicely. This might be a little awkward to get in here, so we're going to be very careful. Although, it's a hell of an intro to a move. I've licked plenty of keyboards. I mean, I have. I'm sure there are plenty of clips here on Twitch of me doing just that. This corner piece is not sitting beautifully, I will admit. Should I get like a card or something? There we go. Okay. All good. All right, let's plug it in. Let's go from there. Show CC on stream. What's the plate? The plate is just... Actually, is this PC or is this acrylic? This looks more like acrylic, to be honest. I think this is an acrylic plate. Because it's way too scratched up everywhere for it to be polycarbonate. I'm pretty positive it's acrylic. I think it's actual polycarbonate. I'm not sure. It's really scratchy though. You can see it's like not the greatest condition plate. It's not like we did anything with it. That's crazy. But let's see. Sonnet spacebar? Can you scratch it with your tongue? Okay, guys, calm down with the sus. Oh my goodness. All right, let's get the keycap. Keycap's gonna go on here in a moment. Polycarbonate. Oh, really? This is polycarbonate? That's crazy. That's what mine looks like? Oh, I'm surprised, to be honest. Where is Greg on? Now to find it. Where is our darling Greg? The worst keycap set in existence. You know, this would look really cute with lavender keycaps, by the way. Like just lavender, you got a little cute little cloud, you know. This could look really cute, but instead we're using Greg. So these are using tactile switches today. I'm not quite sure how it's going to sound with tactiles. I think I've only done a very select handful of keyboards with O-ring mount. And tactile switches. Greg might actually look good on this though. The JST connectors, to show you guys, I know some people were concerned about that. Look at that. The alignment on that is actually perfect. So nice.
Ola, can't watch today, just
Hi,
tuning in
Mark.
to send
Thank you so much for the
Alexotos.
tier 1. Thank you, dude. I really appreciate that. I hope the rest of your day is perfect, my friend. On the PCB side, not the daughter board? So wait, what's not aligning? That's a little tough to tell, actually. I think I can see what you mean. Is that where the JST connector is sitting? It does look a little misaligned. Perhaps what I'll do then, let's see what this sounds like. If I feel like it's impacting the bottom of the case, perhaps what I'll do is I'll cut a little piece of foam and maybe kind of put it on the bottom to kind of counteract if it's creating some sort of resonance that I don't like. So we shall see. Interesting though. Sorry, I thought you meant the daughter board to the case. Yeah, it's not quite done. Still some stream left. I guess we'll have to see. I'm not sure yet. You know, oddly enough, Greg's not bad on this. Oddly enough, it's not terrible. Might be better shout to use harder O-ring to not bottom up. This is the harder one, right? The blue is the softer one, I think. Oh wait, yeah, the blue is the softer one. This feels softer. Or am I backwards on that, Nev? For softboards, then maybe like off-center press smoothness, as I recently learned. Wait, what do you mean? Sorry. Can you tap the board with your fingers? Oh, what's going on there? Oh, you know what? I think the weight is a little loose. I may have to, yeah. I may have to take this apart really quick and tighten the weight. Interesting. Very, very, very interesting. This is very hard to take out too. I had to force break the weight myself. Oh, did you? Man, I don't like that. Let's take it off this. We have to lift from the top first. Let's do like this. That looks rough. Yeah, O-ring boards, sometimes they're not the most fun to take out, but especially when they have like blockers on them and stuff. But if you're careful, you can get them out. Okay, let's see how we can solve this weight being a little bit bad. Where did I put it all? Yeah, I had a feeling. The blue is really squishy. Where did I stick my screwdriver? Huh, where did I stick my screwdriver? Oh, right here. Nope, that one there was loose. We're good. This side was really loose. Well, it's good to know. You know what I might do though? You know what? Let me go do something really quick. Yeah, force breaking is basically removing the contact between two pieces of material. Actually, I have a little sticker sheet here, I think. Do I not? I do. Okay. I'm going to put a little sticker on the bottom of the USB, or sorry, the JST connector. Just one of these little stickers here. Just something small, just in case it has contact with the bottom of the case. I'd want to remove some of the plastic on plastic. Just in case. Let's get this out of here. Get out of here. Alexotos? No. Oh, that sounds... Does it sound different already, or is it just me? Yeah, that sounds different from when I was touching it before. Perhaps it was breaking the contact, because I think that's what I was feeling. Breaking the contact between that JST connector touching the bottom of the case. Perhaps that's what happened. Interesting. Very, very interesting. How did they miss that? That always confuses me. I think I always sound like an asshole when I say, how on earth did they miss that? I have some stab stickers from Wuche that I have saved for the last little bit. They look like this. They're just little stickers. You can use basically even Scotch tape, really. Maybe just like double layer some Scotch tape. But they're super thin. There's nothing there to them. I really don't know what material that is, to be honest. I'm assuming it's some sort of plastic film. But I'm assuming you can also just use regular schmegular Scotch tape and be a-okay. Irish tape? I see the joke. I get it. Pretty nice. That's a lot of yellow. Wow, looks nice though. It actually doesn't look bad with the polycarbonate, huh? I can't even hate on this right now. Thank you guys all for tuning in, by the way. Really appreciate everybody. Thank you guys all so much for being here. I won't be streaming tomorrow because I want to spend the day to try to finish an article I'm writing. But then I will be back streaming Friday. Hopefully even more energized as well. It's missing the eyes. Yeah, all those other keycap sets I normally use for funsies while building this is all taken up right now, and you know what? It's a lot of work to go through all the other keycap sets, to be honest with you guys. My boyfriend hates the keycaps. I agree with him. I am also not a big Greg enjoyer. This actually sounds pretty good. I need to touch up the stabs a little bit. But I am actually very happy with these tactiles and O-ring. Okay. Wow. Did someone say Greg? What's up, dude? You need cheese artisans for the escape? Do I have a cheese? I feel like I have a cheese artisan somewhere. I would just need to one day go find it. That would be hilarious for this, though. I have been summoned. What's up, Dane? How you doing? I think it's the wrong profile. There we go. E. All right, now I need page up, and I should just put print up here. Why not? For funsies. Not. Oh no, this is page up. Perfect. MTNU was very nice when I tried it out. Super nice. I liked it a lot. It has a good sound profile. I think they're super comfortable. They're PBT versus ABS. However, they're not like your standard PBT sound profile just because obviously the shape of MTNU. So pretty good. Actually, the spacebar sounds really good. Let me tune it up just ever so slightly. Do I have any more in this? I think this is out, this one. Let me double check. Yeah, it's out. Actually, this is still pretty bright sounding. I'm surprised by this. That is still very bright sounding. Oh my god, this yellow is crazy. Dude, that is wild. Does it have RGB to it? If it does, it's not on. I don't know if this has RGB. No RGB? Oh, it doesn't have RGB? Look on the hotspot PCB if it does. No. No RGB. Smoge. Oh well. You had to buy an RGB strip? Really? They made you buy one? You have to solder a strip for the RGB? Smoge. Alright, well. Yeah, because I saw when I was in the VO file just now, I saw that it had the controls for it. But all right, so these are a switch I've never used before. This is a client keyboard. We're using Purple Potato. We're using the lovely GMK Greg set. And this is a polycarbonate Ciel65. Ciel65. And we're using a polycarbonate. At least we think it's a polycarbonate plate. According to the website, it is. I'm surprised by how fucking loud this is. Okay, what I might have to do, Nev, I think this spacebar needs a stronger spring, if I'm going to be 100% honest with you. You can see it doesn't actuate all the way up. It gets stuck on the bump. If it's cool with you, I want to desolder this one here. And I think it just needs a bigger, like a heavier spring. I have some I can give you. So the spring's not strong enough for the spacebar, unfortunately. Yeah, the bump feels pretty big on these, actually. I thought this was not supposed to be a very heavy tactile. Maybe it just means light as in light springs. I like these switches. They feel good. Oops, dropped my cable. I actually would probably buy some more of these switches too. Because I do want to experiment more with tactiles. These are nice. Does it affect the mods? Nope. Mods are good. They're actuating back 100%. It's just literally the... So if I just lightly press it, you can see it hasn't actuated all the way back. It gets stuck. You can tell. Okay, so we'll swap out the spring for that. Well, that's cool. I like this. This is nice. The quality of the polycarbonate of this wasn't bad either. Alex, get the Gateron EF grayish tactiles. They are the brothers to the Craze, which is really... Can you compliment my mom? You are a wonderful person, a wonderful lady. You did a great job being a mother. And I hope all your future endeavors are happy and joyful. And your family appreciates you, in case they haven't told you. All right? Was that good? I hope so. I'm a little nervous. I also dropped my cable. 1 second, let me get that. Actually, fuck, I'll just use this scale. We'll get it later. Alex, that's your dad? That's it, Alex? Wait, is your dad now? I'm your dad? God damn. Should get a job at Hallmark. Maybe. That's my backup plan. All right, so to do on this board, which I'm not going to do on stream right now, I'm just going to do it afterwards because I need to go find some springs. Swap out one spring on this, change out the space bar. Other than that, very happy with this. First time using these purple potato switches. Some feedback on this though. It does look like these are kind of light. Unfortunately, these are not the most heavy springs in the world. So if you are doing this for a 7U spacebar, you may need to swap out the spring. Little unfortunate. I can tell this is not, yeah. Here, I don't know if I have a good way of showing you guys this. I think you guys can kind of tell. So look at this over here. Look at the alignment. Now the alignment's gone. And now it's there. So it's getting a little stuck on its way back up on the bump, I assume. Yeah, the purple matte actually goes really well with this. If you want some ideas for this Nev, I think this looks actually pretty cool. Kind of shines through the polycarbonate a bit. Pretty fun. All right, guys. Thanks for tuning in today. I really appreciate it. I'm going to log off here. I'm going to see about some dinner stuff. And yeah, that's really it. They're kale switches, yeah. Were those spring swapped? The purple potatoes have 63.5s. No, I left them stock. They just... Dude, if these are 63.5, I'll be damned, man. These do not feel like 63.5. These feel like 55-gram springs. There's no way that's a 63.5. There's no way that's a 63.5. Please stop, Alex. Like, there's absolutely no way. I don't know, man. This does not feel like... I don't know. Does not feel like it at all. Let's go raid Marcia. Yeah, I'm gonna definitely, it has to be heavier. If it's not returning all the way now, Nev, it has to be. But yeah, I hope you guys had a good stream today with me. I hope it was fun. I really appreciate you guys. I'm gonna just take care of a few things on my end, and I'm probably gonna turn in a little earlier today just to, I don't know, relax a bit. But I really appreciate you guys. Thank you guys all so much for continuing supporting this channel and making a good community out of what we have here. Really appreciate you guys. And thank you, everybody. I'll talk to you guys most likely Friday. And then perhaps even Saturday. Might do an extra stream. Thank you guys. See you soon. Hope to see you Friday. Love you guys and see you in Discord. Say hi to Marcia for us. Bye, everybody.